Hey, it's Stephanie Stallworth, ATL Traffic Lady. Welcome back to How We Float Out Today TV. You're in the flow. What's happening? Happy Friday. We're out here just for a quick word. I want to talk about something about our broken parts. Our broken parts. I'm going to pop this picture up here. It's a picture of a girl, but if you're a male, think of a picture of a young kid boy, right? And the question is, remember her? Remember him? That inner child, that joyful kid that we once were, till adulthood and life and things and whatever took over. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to see here is how do we get her back or get him back? We're trying to do that, getting her back, getting him back, and get rid of the broken parts, right? So I'm here to tell you tonight, that you can still have that love, that joy, that laughter, that lightness of being that you've always yearned for. It's in there, right? It says, remember her? She's in there, inside you, waiting. Let's go get her, right? Remember him? He's inside you. They're just waiting. Still in there. Let's go get him. So I want to talk about how can we get to the root cause of the feelings and behaviors that we may express daily. And how can that help us get back to that lightness of being, that love, joy, laughter, and feeling great on our days as we get up, instead of feeling a dread. Sometimes I feel a dread. I don't want to feel a dread, so we got to get rid of feeling the dread. But I really believe that understanding your why you feel like that will give clarity to whatever it is that prompts, you or me or whomever to do or feel things in the way that we have been. Addressing that why. Why do we do it? Let's drill down. What is the cause of this, and why do I do that, and where's the root? Addressing that will help make it make sense. And we want things to make sense. If we can make sense out of it, we can do something about it. If we just keep piling all the layers and going further inward, we're never going to be able to get out of it the way we want to. And in addition to drilling down to the root cause of it and understanding your why and getting the clarity from that, you also have to think about any attachments you've acquired since the root cause occurred. All that's going to have to be removed as well. Think of a weed that grows out of the ground and if you don't tend to it and nip it at the root early, it just grows and grows. And the next thing you do, you see these big trees sticking out of the ground. It's a tree of weeds. But all those things got to be cut down. And then you get to the root and pull the root out. So any attachments that we acquire or have acquired since the root cause of us not feeling light, joy, laughter, love, and great feelings that we had as a child, even with life's burdens, we can still feel that light feeling, right? And those attachments are things that have come along. Oh, there to go. So, if we can then, once we remove any extra things that have piled on top of that and make the small weed become a huge weed tree in the untended to yard of life, then we can focus on addressing the root issue and be guided out of that dark space with a therapist, talk therapy, or however you need to do it, depending on how dark that space is, right? Sometimes we need help to do that. Then, once we're able to talk to someone or begin to work our way out of it, we might be able to go ahead and reach for that loving, joyful spirit that lies within. Look at the picture. I mean, seriously, yearning for decades to be this free. And I want to tell you today, it is not only possible to have this happen, but it is possible for you. Yeah, it's possible for you. It's possible for me, right? So we want to still have that love, that joy, that laughter, lightness, that free spirit that we were born with. God gave us in the beginning, right? And then things get heaped on us, and trauma happens, and things happen, and we get stuck and buried in layers and layers, and then more layers and more layers, and we become a parfait of trauma. And then we begin to believe we can't even get out of it. Then we begin to believe, what's the purpose of it anyway? Oh, well, it's never possible. I'm just going to accept this life. But you don't have to just accept this life. You don't. You don't have to just accept this life like it is. I think that when we begin to say that, then that's what life is going to be. But I always say, God, this can't be it. This can't be it, right? So I say that if we can focus on addressing any root issues for the cause of why we feel how we feel sometimes, and be guided out of that dark space, whether it be through therapy or whatever you need to do, then we'll be able to reach for that loving, joyful spirit within. Yes, it's possible for you. It's possible for me. It's possible for all of us. And we can help each other through it and encourage each other. Sometimes it's not going to feel like doing all of that, but you still have to believe it's possible for you and still pull on that desire to still have it. Sometimes it's easy to give up on what we really, 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 really want deep down, right? People tell you, it'll never get better. You can't have that. That doesn't exist. It does exist. But it's a mindset. You got to decide for yourself, what am I going to do with my life? Whose life is it? I say, whose life is it? It's not your neighbor's life. It's not your coworker's life. It's not the person next to you's life. It's your life. You do what you want with it. Now, if you just want to stay in the space, then stay in the space. But look, I'm not trying to stay in any space. I told you God said, get yourself out of that slump, Stephanie. So I got out of the slump. But, once we're knowing that it's possible, we can realize we don't have to live our entire lives like this. Then just start working your way through the dark passages. If it's with a therapist as your guide, that's perfect. If you are able to do it on your own, mighty fine, but never be afraid to ask for help. Your future self is waiting for you to remember yourself and let yourself feel free once again. Your future self is waiting for you to remember yourself and to let yourself feel free once again. Who wants to feel free once again? I do. I get glimpses of my free, but then the layers and the layers and the layers keep trying to come back and snuff that out. But always remember yourself and you're free. And then I would say, whose report will you believe? I believe the report of the Lord. I believe the report of the Lord. I believe God. I believe God. He didn't create us just to be in misery or just dealing with it or coping. He created us for the most amazing things out there. So let's fly, you guys. Let's fly. Let's fly. Let's fly. Let's fly. I want you to look up Jason Upton. JASON UPTON. Jason Upton. And he has a song called Fly. And it's talking about going up to new atmospheres, right? Got to have new ears, right? And we've been fighting this warfare for a very long time, but we've got to come up out of that, right? Got to have new ears. Let's go up to new atmospheres, right? Quantum leap time. Let's take that aerial view and go for it. Let's fly. Who's ready to fly? Type in the chat, I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to fly. Or put an eagle in there. Ready to fly. Ready to fly. Right? And, I got to say, I don't know how I do it, but I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you manage all of that you are managing. But I would like to know. I'm curious. I'd like to know. Is it like a compartmentalizing of things so that you only deal with what's required in the moment while keeping other things stuffed into their appropriate bins? Is it Is it doing the usual tasks of work and life by rote memory, yet never feeling or even being present? Do you show up for whatever you have to show up for with full zeal and then collapse into the bed when it's over just to recover from pouring out so much? Is it any of that? Is it anything like that? I can identify with that sometimes, And I gotta say, the fact that you can function so well while not functioning fully is quite a feat. The fact you can function so well while not functioning. You ever think about that? Sometimes we function very well while we're not really functioning fully. It's quite a feat to do. So if we've mastered that, then we have what it takes to overcome the space that we're in, either because of past trauma or whatever occurred, right? Even things we brought on ourselves. So today I'm praying that you, me, everyone who can hear my voice, will move towards your wellness, my wellness, our wellness, and the art of well-being. I mean, think about it. As much as we work in the illness portion of this thing with disease, or I say dis-ease, as much as we work in the illness portion of this thing with dis-ease, we can turn the focus in the opposite direction and work in the wellness portion of this thing with ease. Turn the focus in the opposite direction and work in the wellness portion of this thing with ease, okay? So instead of drilling down into the dark place and just looking for some enough light to survive in, just searching for just a little glimpse of light, drilling down, you never get to the true light drilling down. You get down to the root and pull it out, then you got to drill back up. Drill up into that joyful place, looking for all of the light God gave you to thrive, right? So instead of drilling down into the dark place, looking for enough light to survive, I want you to, and I'm going to do it too, drill up into the joyful place, looking for all of the light God gave us to thrive. Harmony. I wish I could sing harmony and contentment. Oh, wait. Someone teach me how to sing, by the way. I want to learn how to do harmony. I want to learn how to sing. I want to sing. I want to be a great singer. I just want to be a singer that can hold a tune. I used to be able to hold a tune. But then I don't know what happened. I don't know. When the harmony started happening in songs I used to really love singing, and all of the voices merge together and make that wonderful harmonic sound, I would try to make that sound, but one voice doesn't make all those sounds. So I'm never on key because I'm just always on different levels of notes. It's not working. So I've got to untrain, if anyone can understand what that means, I've got to untrain that and this train on, I think I was an alto in the choir at the time. I was in choir where I was still okay with it. But then I started to sing all these great songs, that have all these great harmonies in them. And I was trying to just make that same sound, but one voice doesn't make that sound. It's a combination of voices, right? So I digress. However, whoever can teach me how to sing, I need to hit you up. Harmony and contentment await, even 3-part harmony. But they await us, okay? I'm going to wrap it up, but I'm going to tell you, the missing piece to the puzzle that is your life has been found. It's time for you to feel complete, time for you to feel whole, and time for you to feel truly alive. You understand? You understand what I say? You understand me? You understand me? Time for you to feel truly alive. Truly alive. I mean, I'm tired of dragging myself around all the time. I just feel like I'm dragging myself around. It's not a good feeling. So, it's time. The missing piece of the puzzle that is your life, that is my life, that is our lives, has been found. That missing piece to the puzzle. Plug it into its final slot, like a puzzle lock, and unlock your completion. Unlock your feeling whole. Unlock you feeling truly alive again. Let's transform. Let's heal. Let's flow. It's How We Flow Today TV. It's Stephanie Stallworthy, Teal Traffic Lady. I'm founder and CEO of the Flow streaming service. It is a streaming service for content creators to connect with millions of viewers that you may not be connecting with yet on the Roku, on the Fire TV, and the Fire Stick, on Apple TV, on your iOS device, your Android device, even on Cross TV for my faith-based content providers. We have the Google Podcast, we have the Apple Podcast Audio, Apple Podcast Video, the web app, theflow.lightcast.com. So many places to pick up new eyeballs on your content. So I want you to join us here in the Flow and the Flow streaming service. You can hit me up on IG. We are at that's How We Flow Today. We're at How We Flow Today for our wellness piece, but we are at theflowtelevision.com on Instagram. I'm revamping the website. I know I keep saying that, but I'm still revamping the website. I'm going to start it from scratch and do something different with it. So in the meantime, we have our web app. If you want to watch any of the Flow programs, theflow.lightcast.com. Hit us up on IG. Give me a DM if you're interested in getting your content streaming on the Flow. It can happen just like that. Just like that. Yes, it can be so fast. So if you're a filmmaker, hey, I got Flow Films. If you're a music person, I got the music. I got the food. I got the sports. I got the faith-based channel. I've got the comedy. I've got the video gaming. I've got the shopping. I've got the opinion and commentary. What else do I have? Oh, what did I say? Sports? Yes, it's sports. So I have 10 channels for you, full of content. 10 video channels for on demand, 10 audio channels for on demand, 10 live stream channels that you can live stream. You can pay per view. You can on demand. You can have your whole library of content in a whole nother place besides YouTube, a whole nother place besides IG, TikTok, Snappy Chat, Twitch. Let's come to the Flow, all right? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about your broken parts, my broken parts, our broken parts. And then the missing piece to the puzzle that is our lives has been found. Love is found. So time for you to feel complete. Feel whole, feel truly alive again, transform and heal. Come join us in our community for self-care, wellness, and the art of well-being at howweflow.today. Website coming. Hit us up on IG, howweflow.today, howweflow.today. And also hit us up at theflowtelevision.com, meaning DOTCOM, not period, DOTCOM, theflowtelevision, DOTCOM. And I'm looking forward to everything, aren't you? I mean, come on, you gotta be kidding me if you think that this is how you gotta stay. I'm not going to. I don't want you to either. Let's do it together, okay? Let's do it together. All right, let's say we're gonna do it together in 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do it together. You gotta say it with me now, okay? Let me say it by myself. We're going to do it together. But you got to say it and mean it. God got some things for you that we got to say and mean. You got to say it with conviction. But say, I'm not going to stay in this place. What do they say? You've been in this place long enough. The struggle is over. Jonathan Nelson. Your music got me through some really tough times back in DC, Maryland, Virginia. I think you came to our church at Christ Chapel in Woodbridge one year. Me and hashtag my 3 sons were there. And I needed The Struggle Is Over. I needed all your songs you were singing that night. Even if my son was underneath the pew because the sounds were affecting his ears too much, on the spectrum, right? So it didn't matter. Like whatever it is, we all need to be here. And the struggle is over. The struggle is over, right? So, hey, we talked about the broken parts. Let's put them into proper perspective, get rid of all the extra stuff that has layered upon us. That parfait of trauma has to go. You understand me? We must get out of here. And it is time to go, all right? It's time to fly, all right? So, Jason Upton, Fly, going up to new atmospheres. Go listen to that song. Check it out on YouTube. Actually, there's several videos of that song. But one video will talk about where Jason was singing with the angels on that song, and where you can hear angels singing on the song. It was captured on the recording. They were doing a live recording. And so try to look for that. Jason Upton and Fly singing with angels. Type in something like that in the Google search. And then you'll see this, it's like a little panel discussion with a testimony about the people that were there and the audio engineer and all that was going on in that moment. And I believe God. Oh my gosh, sometimes that can happen. I believe that can happen. And if you listen to the song, after you hear what they say, you can hear it too. Check it out and see. It's called Fly by Jason Upton. And then look for that commentary part. Jason Upton sings with the angels, or angels sing with Jason Upton, something like that. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm hoping this thing even recorded. I'm in some kind of space today. It's a Friday night. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Love you so much. I hope to chat with you real soon. Take care of yourself and your family. And hey, like my mom used to say, we'll talk. We'll talk. She never said bye. She would never say, all right, bye. She said, see you later, or we'll talk. So see you later. We'll talk. Love you. God bless you. God loves you more. And we'll talk. Bye.